Hey, hi, hello, and welcome to the Queer Vision podcast. My name is Koee Star or Koee of Kanekalon. This is co-host and co-founder of Queerlina.
Hi, I'm Becca.
And we are the Queer Vision pod. Today we sat down with Dolly Boy, drag artist, writer, artist in general, my drag mother. Just a good Judy all around. We talked about art, the creative journey.
You should stay.
You should stay and
because you'll love it.
Yes, and especially if you're a creative or an aspiring drag artist, there's a lot of good little tidbits in this episode that I think would be beneficial to listen to. So we're gonna get into it. Period. Well, today we're here with my drag mother, Miss Dolly Boy. This look, oh my god, bitch!
Hi. Literally made this in like the last week or so, and I was like, "What do I wear today?"
Period. You know, you have to show up, and that's one of the things that I do love about you is like you're always showing up and showing out for like everything, and that's how you can tell like you really love like the art aspect of it. Because
Absolutely, like I'm always trying to evolve and do better, and I gave birth to an alien, so might as well come as the mother of aliens. So,
period. No, I live.
Okay, so you guys know each other.
Mhm.
I have met you once, but we didn't really say anything other than hi. Tell us a little bit about you.
Yeah, so just random computer noises. I apologize. But yeah, like I said earlier, my name is Dolly Boy. I'm originally from North Carolina. I lived in South Florida for a little bit and then moved to Wilmington a year, almost 2 years now. Yeah, I'm an artist. I'm a writer. I've been doing drag for almost 3 years now. And I just love being creative and doing a whole bunch of fun stuff.
I love it.
So what, I don't even know if I've asked you this ever, but like what did make you want to get in drag for the first time? Like how was that timeline for you?
So I would say my first introduction to drag, like a lot of people nowadays, was Drag Race. But it wasn't like I like saw the TV show just randomly. Like I was watching like YouTubers and stuff talk about it, and I was like, like one day I'll watch the show, whatever. And then there was an artist that I used to follow on YouTube, and she was always talking about it and how much it inspired her art. And that's kind of why I got more into like painting and doing portraits and stuff. And I was like, you know what, let me give this show a chance, whatever. And then I just fell in love with it. And then ever since I was younger, I was like dancing around, singing around. My grandma in her backyard, she had a little jacuzzi that was like platformed. So I would use that as like my stage, and I would like belt and sing in the backyard. So that would be my little performances. So it just kind of evolved into doing this now. So, and I get money now for it. So that's even better.
Oh, wow. How long have you been doing it?
Drag like 3.5 years now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yes. Have you been doing makeup?
He's a quick learner.
Yeah.
Yeah. I will say probably like 2017, 2018ish is when I kind of started in like face painting, doing stuff for Halloween. And then like 2018, 2019 is when I kind of dabbled into just regular boy makeup. And then I was like, eventually I'll go into drag, whatever. And then 2022 is when I like officially started.
Period. I never realized we had, which I mean makes sense, but we have such a like similar timeline. I feel like of events.
Yeah.
The way that we did it. But yeah, and how do you? So you're also an author for anyone who doesn't
I am. Yes.
know.
Hold on. Wait 1 second. Wait. Gotta do the promo really quick.
Yes.
I had it ready to go.
As you should.
I was like, they're gonna ask me at some point, so I gotta make sure I have it out.
Oh yeah.
So how was that journey for you? Is poetry something you've always kind of been like drawn to?
Kind of, sort of, yeah. So same thing with like performing and just being creative. I always, when I was younger, like I want to write a book one day. I'm gonna make this thing, whatever. And then every so often I get that little hit of inspiration to be like, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. And then I just never finished it. And then it was after a breakup, let's be real, where I actually like sat down and started writing stuff more. It was more so poetry. I was reading some of the stuff at the time, but I was 17, so it wasn't really good. And I've just been continuing to practice it over and over and over. And yeah, it's just been a lot of fun. It's a way for me to express myself, and just kind of make sense of things that I'm going through during that time. But then I like to transform it into something a little bit more conceptual, bring in like illustrations and trying to like create a whole cohesive theme around different subjects. But yeah, it's more so just a way for me to get my thoughts and feelings out like everyone in this world. And then I sell it for $14 on Amazon. So
Period.
I love
she's a
that.
capitalist queen.
Listen, we're in the game.
Don't hate the player, hate the game.
Exactly.
that part.
Sorry, I keep getting distracted because like I'll look at you and your ears will just, and then they'll just like flippy flap and yeah.
I live. Yes.
So if it ever looks like I'm just zoning out on you, that's why.
I do the same thing, honestly.
I don't think it is.
So
right
anyway, what do
You
you
take it
do?
away.
What do you do as like your main day? Like, what does your day look like?
So when I'm not dressed as a glamorous elf goblin, I work customer service at a grocery store. So I get to talk with people every day. Not as fun, but I mean, it pays the bills. It makes me do all this. So
I mean, that's the important part.
exactly. Yeah.
So would you consider yourself an extrovert then? Because you sound like an extrovert.
I would say I'm a very extroverted introvert. So I'm very able to like put on the spiel. I can throw on an act for whoever's up at the desk or who needs help, or whatever, or I can turn it on for a show. But when I'm overwhelmed or I just need a break, I'm like, nobody talk to me, no one do anything. Let me just sit alone, like curled up in my bed, just scrolling through TikTok. And I'm like, let me recharge for like 2 days and then I'll be fine.
That's really how I've always viewed you too. Like, I feel like you're a very like social introverted person. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
Which is kind of.
It also depends. Like, why are you barking at me? It depends on like who I'm around. If I'm like first meeting someone for the first time, that's a real sentence. Like I can be a little bit more reserved. It can be a little bit more like observant. And then once we've hung out for a while, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna make fun of you the entire time.
Real. Well, this is off topic, but going back to like my thought did come back to me.
Okay.
Completely derailing where we were at. But when it comes to like art and skill set, I feel like, and I maybe am like judging it wrong, but I feel like you're a person that is able to kind of like separate those but still work with both of them. Do you find that true, or what's that journey kind of been like for you between like I don't know,
kind of sort of, yeah.
If that
I
makes
try
sense.
to I try to, especially with drag, separate the boy life with the nightlife aspect of it. I call it the Hannah Montana effect, where I just live two different lives. And sometimes there's some crossover. I do like to, if I'm putting up more like a conceptual theatrical performance, like kind of incorporate my own personal experiences and things like that. But Mikey and Dolly Boy are definitely like two separate people. But there is some interconnection between the two. Especially when I was like publishing my books, when I started doing drag, I was like, okay, do I publish it under my personal name or do I do it under my stage name? And since Dolly Boy is more so the artist, the pop star doing whatever, and this is the more personal side of me, I just wanted to keep that separation between the two. But maybe one day there'll be a Dolly Boy book where it kind of goes into different subjects just based on like drag and stuff. But yeah. Does that answer your question?
Kind of, sort of, not really, but my question was also not really clear. So
I don't actually know what the question
we
was.
took it a great direction. I guess what I was meaning more was like, I don't know. Do you feel like, so as someone who like classifies myself as an artist as well, there's always that balance of
Mm-hmm.
like finding like leaning into your art, but then also like refining your skill set, right?
Mm-hmm.
So like I guess what I'm
Gotcha. Yeah.
trying to say is like what that balance is like for you, and if you feel like that's something that's either been difficult or something that kind of comes to you easily, because I feel like I see you refining your skill set a lot, right? Like I've heard you talk to other people about poetry, and you're like when we did the first
Mm-hmm.
battle for Kanekalon, and you were like, the poetry's really good, but if you
Yeah.
edit and you take these few pieces, like it could be even better. And sometimes like that's
Mm-hmm.
also been something that I've struggled with, is like I want to let the creative voice or whatever flow through me, but at the same
Mm-hmm.
time you have to like edit and lean onto the skill set. Is that making sense?
For sure. Yeah. So in regards to that sense, I would say for me, it's more so about focusing on what's the best that I can do at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
And then later on, kind of looking back and be like, okay, what are some things that I liked about that experience, or what are some things that I really enjoyed about that certain project?
Mm-hmm.
And then what are some things like, oh, I didn't really like this, or if I read something, I'll leave it for like a month or so and I'll come back and I'm like, oh, okay, this doesn't really make sense from what I wrote it at the time, so let me change this up, or let me kind of add this in little pieces there. But I'm also just like a really quick learner in some senses.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll do one thing and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh wait, this is what I wanted to do, I'll just do that instead, and then all of a sudden I'm like, oh, it's even better. Like,
Yeah.
so I'm always trying to look back and think like, okay, how can I go either bigger, better, stronger, faster, whatever, how that song goes, um and just kind of always improve and not let myself be like, okay, this was good for the time, but I know I can always do better. So
Yeah.
Okay. So would you consider yourself a perfectionist then, or are you just trying to like strive to be your better self?
I would say I'm a perfectionist in some senses. If things don't necessarily turn out how I'm wanting to, I get very upset, or I'm just like, no, I'm over it, I'm done. And then sometimes I look back and I'm like, girl, it wasn't that bad. Like, calm down. But I think that's helpful in some senses because I am able to self critique and be like, okay, this is this was good for the time, but now we're gonna have to step it up and continue to evolve.
Mm-hmm.
And I think it really all is in that balance. And I really like the way that you said you look at it, because it shows like, be present in the moment, let whatever the creative spirit, whatever talks through you, but then sit with it, sit with how that made you feel and be
Absolutely, yeah.
like, what do I want to keep? What do I not want to keep? And so, yeah, I really like that take
Yeah,
of like,
because I think for a lot of times for artists, sorry, go ahead.
no, you go ahead. You're good.
Okay. um yeah, I think for a lot of artists it's especially hard because you're so caught up in wanting to do your best and to have everything that you present be presentable. So you get caught up in like getting refining the details, making sure that every single thing is perfect, but you do have to, take a little bit of a breather, make sure like, okay, this is good for right now. Let me present this as I can for right now. And then later on be like, okay, no, like I know where I can kind of step it up and I have the skills now to be able to say this was not how I wanted to. And that just comes with experience and like time, honestly, just
Mhm.
evolving, learning, and things like that. So, tip for any artist out there.
Yeah. No, that part, it really is. Yeah. You said it perfectly, honestly. I can't say anything more on it, but
Don't look at me.
Because to kind of continue on that, there's a lot of drag artists that are like, as soon as they start out, they want to be perfect, polished. They want to
mm,
do like the high numbers. They want the human hair wigs. I'm going just based off of drag because that's kind of the main topic we're talking about right now. But it's like sometimes you got to let yourself be the booger for a bit so you can actually like
mm,
see where you need to improve and then be like, okay, now that I've actually done the stepping stone part is when we can start skipping.
yeah. And like that's another thing too. I feel like a lot of people are really scared. I mean, which is kind of what you said, like just like scared to be that like, oh,
Yeah.
messy or like a little rough around the
Yeah.
edges. But the reality is like the
Messy's
nobody's
good.
popping out. Yeah.
Yeah.
A baby's not gonna pop out and then just start dancing. Like
Well, I did actually.
well, oh, Well, we've been fooled.
All jokes aside, I came out of the womb. My mom said this. I came out of the womb and I just started like smiling at people. Like I was just like,
Aw.
so like
Wow.
some of us are just born different.
Come on, Miss Congeniality.
So, how do you embrace the failures? I think that's something that like a lot of new artists struggle with. And like you're talking about like, okay, these are action steps to get better and stuff like that. But like how do you embrace the things that you either don't want to get better at because you realize that's not your path, or you realize like that's not your forte, you're probably not going to get to this extreme amazingness in this exact category. Like how do you deal with that like failure or messiness or whatever you want to call that?
I think a lot of it comes down to being self-observant and being accepting of what's in reality, being grounded. Um, like especially starting out, you're like, I have these grand ideas for makeup, looks, and whatever, and then the application, you're like, oh, this didn't turn out how I wanted it to. But that's all in the process of learning, being able to be like, okay, like this thing didn't blend out how I want to, and then you go back like a week later and then you try a different technique. You're like, oh, that actually works a lot better. But in the sense of like wanting to evolve, you really have to be self-critical and allowing yourself to accept that like, okay, maybe that performance wasn't my best, or I know I could have done this better. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of the times I'll like record performances or I'll like take pictures of how my makeup looks, even if I don't like them 100%, because then I can look back and everything and be like, okay, that dance move, I have to practice that more, or just like whatever. And then I think it's also just being in my head a lot of the times and just understanding that like I am very like hyper observant of things that are going on. So it kind of allows me to like mentally critique myself as things are processing in real time. Um, yeah, there's a lot of different things going on up here.
Mood.
Real.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel. Gosh, why does it keep leaving me?
It got me.
It got me.
Your brain's not on it today. It's okay.
It's not.
I mean, mine's
She's
not
in
really
Planet
either.
Connectalon right now.
Yeah, that's where she's at. No, I think
Earth to Koee, Earth to Koee.
it's coming back. I think like that's one of the things that I don't know, it's so helpful like as an artist to be able to kind of God, what was I saying? Sit
Sit in the goop.
in the goop. No, just like I don't know, being
Is that a technical term?
Yeah, actually. It was,
Okay, we're taking it back to when we had Coop in the House of Hue on here.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Have you heard about this Goop story? Do you know what I'm talking
I
about?
have not. I started watching the podcast before this, and then I fell asleep.
Real.
Not that it was boring. It's just
Uh-huh.
sometimes like that talkingness, that ASMR-ness of it. I'm like, oh, this is relaxing.
Yeah.
But I love you, Coop. That's my drag husband. So
Yes.
no shade to the House of Hue or anything.
Coop had this story that like drag is like spilling a carton of eggs on the floor and
Mhm.
spilling your goop out everywhere and having everybody see your goop, but then having to like scoop up.
Now that you did say it, I feel like I've heard this before.
Yeah.
So
But no, I think it's powerful just to like I don't know, sit with all of your things and look. Okay, that's what I was trying to say. As an artist, your primary focus should be, in my opinion, to create.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, that's not always going to be perfect. And you can still refine it when you like lean away from the artist aspect of it, right? And you're like, well, yes, I'm an artist, but I'm also an entertainer. I'm also an author. And I think that's where like those skill sets and the critiquing and those kind of things play in and are beneficial. But at the end of the day, like you're even saying, sometimes you're going to go on stage and it's just not going to be it. Like, you went out
100%.
there and
Yeah.
you did the thing.
But that's
and-
okay. Like
Yeah, exactly. Like sometimes you're not gonna love it, and it's gonna be like, "Ooh, this didn't feel right." But yeah,
I'll kind of divvy off that, like with kind of bringing in my artist experience with painting and stuff. A lot of times people will just go with like the first layer of a painting and be like, oh, this isn't how I wanted it to turn out, but like that's what it is right now, I guess. But it's like, no, if you do a second layer, a third layer, you keep refining, you change things up, you add details, you keep working on that specific painting, eventually it's going to turn into what you wanted it to turn out. It's just on that you have to get through the ugly stages of that first or second layers to be able to see like, okay, this is eventually going to be something great, but I just have to keep working and keep perfecting.
Mm-hmm.
That's amazing. That actually really helped me like visualize what you guys talk about, because like I'm not a performer.
Mm-hmm.
I don't do artistic stuff in the sense of like that you guys do, where it's like people centered, so people aren't seeing what I do. It's just like fun for me and I just enjoy it. So I'm not trying to get
Yeah.
better at it. I'm just doing it to enjoy it.
Mm-hmm.
But I did try to paint a couple times and I couldn't visualize the end. So like I was like
Yeah.
sitting there, I was like, no, I have to draw this eye. And I was like, but like everything else has to look this way before I can draw the eye. And I was like, this doesn't look the right way. And I couldn't get through that next step. So like this
Yeah, and
is
that's where people get frustrated and then like, nope, I give up. It's not turning out how I want to. It's like, no, but you have to keep going. You have to keep working at it. And even like how you were saying, like if it's something that you enjoy, it's going to be something that you want to continue to work on. And even if you're not aiming to perfect it, the more you work on different skill sets, the better you are going to be at it. So just like time and energy are
Mhm.
the best assets that you can have as an artist in general.
That's so real.
Very that. So,
I feel like I want to know your top three. Big three? Big three? It's big three.
Yeah. Your zodiac.
Jesus.
Do you know your big three?
Okay. Let me pull it up because I kind of remember, but I also kind of don't. So let me go to Snapchat real
Yours or
quick.
just
Hers. You're a
Okay.
Libra sun,
So
right?
what happened? Sorry.
Nothing. Go ahead. Go ahead. Sorry. I was trying to remember your zodiac sign for you.
Okay. So Sun is like that's your zodiac, right?
Mhm.
Like
yeah.
your main. Okay.
Yeah.
So my sun's in Cancer. My moon is in Virgo, and I'm an Aries rising.
Mm.
Okay.
I don't know
Yes.
what that means, so y'all can decipher.
No, I get it.
I can see it because you seem very like well thought out with emotions, which I feel like is the Cancer.
Mhm.
But you're grounded, which is the Virgo, and then you
For sure.
have that push from the Aries. You have that fire.
And you
Pushing you.
present yourself very much because, like, your rising sign is normally what people on the exterior are going to see you as, and
Mm-hmm.
I can definitely see when you're more like, especially like in your like the Dolly Boy more persona, like it is very
Yeah.
fiery, very like go getter.
Yeah, I've had
Obviously,
a couple people be like, "I thought you were a bitch, but you're actually kind of nice." I was like, "Yeah, I just like to make
nice.
fun of people, but that's my like. Okay, we're friends. Like, I like you. Like,
And to be fair, in the drag scene, half the people want to be made fun of. I mean, no, wait, that sounded wrong. Not the other entertainers. I feel like the audience likes being made fun of by queens and kings. Is what I was
that's
trying to
true.
say.
I think
That's
we've gotten too nice in drag in some senses. Like, I think Drag Race has kind of done something with that. But like,
Mhm.
at the end of the day, during the backstages, you're gonna make fun of people. People are gonna make fun of you. It's just
Yeah.
the way that we are. It's like our way of being like, we acknowledge each other. We see each other. Like, this is a difficult time to be a queer person and to be like out on stage doing whatever. So
Mhm.
like, if other people are gonna make fun of us, we might as well just make fun of ourselves. Like,
Mhm.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like that family mentality thing.
yeah.
I mean, let's be real.
I heard one time that if a performer's not making fun of you, they don't like you. So now I'm like,
Dang.
I mean that makes sense because I feel like whenever you like first meet somebody, you kind of are like, okay, I'm gonna feel you out and see what your energy is, and then once you actually
yeah,
get to know them, you're like, okay, I can be a little bitchy to you because
exactly, yeah.
you'll understand, and then
We
sometimes they
know we
actually.
know that we like each other, so I can
Mhm.
say whatever about your wig, certain thing, and I know it's not going to be from a place of hate. It's going to be like, okay,
Yeah. Like, okay. Yeah. No real.
That makes sense a lot about our relationship.
Very that. So I know this is gonna be in July. Is there anything fun coming up for Dolly Boy in July or the following months that you want to talk about?
So as of right now, I'm just kind of focusing on Pride Month, and I have a lot of different shows coming up. Really lately, I've been trying to challenge myself doing a lot of different types of performances, doing like different reveals, making more of my costumes, and just trying to do a lot more with my numbers. So like especially this weekend, obviously not when this is coming out, but this weekend I have some numbers that I'm like really excited about. Doing like wig reveals, a whole bunch of different fun stuff. So that's been kind of my radar. But for July, I'm actually gonna be out of town for a little bit, so I'm kind of taking a little bit of a step back. Um, but I am working on different projects and stuff behind the scenes, so we'll see.
We'll see. Yeah. Keep the people guessing.
Always, always.
Did you? So you've been doing a lot more like, you would say like costume creation and those kind of
Mhm.
things as of late.
Yeah,
Did you
so
stone
I'm not.
like what you're wearing?
Yeah, so all of this I stoned. This wig, it had already come with a ponytail, but they had like two little things out in the front. I was like, I kind of don't like these. So last night I was like, well, I'm just gonna teach myself how to do all this, and then I was like, oh, that
You're
looks great.
good.
Yeah.
No, it really does.
But yeah, I'm not like a sewer. I have a sewing machine that I've yet to learn how to use it. I tried, and just like the actual like threading of not the top part, but like the bobbin on the bottom. For some reason, the needle and everything, it just wasn't working out. So I was like, that's me. I was like, I'm frustrated. I'm giving up.
Real.
I should take my own advice. But I am able to like create my own costumes. I like hand paint a bunch of stuff. I stone. I just like taking like different basic items that I buy and then turning it into different costumes. So we'll definitely be seeing more of that soon.
I love that.
Good.
I feel like I need to have like a drag queen class on how to sew. Just the
Same.
basics.
Same.
Because I think it could be useful. Yeah, I think it could be useful. Also there are there's little things I'll try and find what they're called for sure, but there are little things that help you thread the needle.
I'm
It's
sure
like a
there is.
little
I'm just too
thing.
lazy to find it.
They're like for $5 you can get like 100 of them. Like they're so
Oh yeah.
cheap. They're like little
hmm
metal, like little tiny things. You stick them through the needle and then like it grabs the thread and you pull it through.
Yeah. If I actually took the time and like brought my sewing machine out and whatever, I'm sure I could figure it out. And once I do,
Yeah,
it's over for everyone else. But
that's
for
real.
right now, I'm content with a hot glue gun in a dream. So
Me as fuck.
Makes sense.
Yeah, I love a good hot glue gun drag moment. I don't know.
which is
I feel like
funny
a hot
because um my brother for Christmas a couple years ago, he bought me the sewing machine, and then for Christmas last year, he bought me a cordless glue gun. So I'm like, he's just funding all that stuff at this point.
period. I live.
He's like, you're not using this $200 machine. Let me get you this $30 one. And I'm like, this is the best present ever. I'm not stuck to the wall trying to like close this dress up.
No, bro. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I love one of my most favorite things I think I've seen so far that you've painted that I'll never get over is that, I don't know, like the Venus looking corset.
Yeah. Mm.
That, I don't know. I'll have to show
I
you the
haven't seen
pictures. It's phenomenal. Like that is just such a work of art, and I love it. Um, I need to get into like hand painting things and stuff like that more.
hmm
'Cause it's
Which
so
that's
fun.
kind of been my part of my evolution of drag this year is to kind of incorporate more of my other skills into my drag and sort of help me like stand out in a sense. I'm like, okay, I have this skill that not many other people have, so might as well utilize it.
Hmm. Exactly.
I love that. I also just love that you're like taking like everyday pieces and turning them into more, because I think that like, I mean, even outside of the drag world, there's so many times where I'll just like look at a shirt, I'll be like, that's so boring, and then like I could fix it. Like I could, I mean, maybe I'm not gonna like glue rhinestones on it, but like I could do like I could
Well, why
do like
not? Why
I
not?
don't know. I'm not a rhinestone girly girl. I don't like them. My
Me
hair
neither.
gets
I'm not a fan of rhinestones, honestly.
Hate them. Just
terrible.
rips
Yeah.
them all off.
No. But
One
like
by
it's,
one.
it's nice. It's inspiring to like see that you can just take things you already have and just fix them.
hmm
You don't have to get something new. You just fix it.
Even just like getting like basic like a bra, corset, panties, things like that. Like if you're adding on to that, it automatically makes you stand out and makes the outfit stand out instead of just
Mhm.
being like a outfit you bought online into like, oh, this is actually who I am.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think, yeah, just embellishing things is so important. And that's something I've even been trying to like lean into more.
Hmm.
Like, I know I had this low bodysuit, like she was cute or whatever from Fashion Nova. And I was like, no, this needs a little something at least. So I feel like I tried.
Yeah.
So I cut it up, put a little safety pin in it. And
Because
like,
God forbid you come into the club and the other girls were in the exact same bodysuit as you and be like, oh, I know where you got that from. But
mm,
now then you can be like, oh, well, mine's got this little piece of ostrich feather on the side. Like, what about it?
yeah.
One
No, yeah.
singular ostrich feather. That's it.
But yeah, I mean, people like, I think that's a good thing for like, especially like newer entertainers to like hear is like, if any newer entertainer is listening, it's just like, yeah, use what you have and try to elevate it because it doesn't always have to be the big grand thing. Like, you don't always have to
Yeah,
go out. It's really easy to get caught up in like, oh, I have to have these exact shoes, these exact
exactly. Or
outfits.
like the drag racification of everything. Like, oh, I need to have custom outfits. I need to have designers. I need to have these grand looks. It's like, you're performing at a club for maybe $100. Like, you don't need a
Mhm.
$20,000 look. Like, go to the thrift store, get some safety pins, cut some stuff up, glue whatever paint on a jacket. Like,
Yeah.
it's more fun that way. And for me, it's more exciting to wear something and be like, I made this or I customized this than to just wear an outfit and then be like, yeah, I'm pretty, but I didn't put anything into this. So,
Very that. It definitely, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
So, what's your favorite thing about performing?
I would say honestly, just seeing the reactions of people or just like, it's cliche, but the applause of everything, just like if I'm whatever close up to someone and I can just see in their face their excitement or like they're just so happy to be there. Like that gives me that rush to like keep going and always do better. I did a show once and there was like a decent amount of people in the audience, but it was no reaction to whatever I was doing.
Mm.
And for me that was the like worst performance I've ever done. Like I kept tripping up on stuff, like nothing landed, and just like afterwards there was like barely an applause. I was like, I this does not feel good. And then even if I'm doing the most basic performance or I'm just walking around doing like a little one two, but the audience is like cheering on, it's like giving high energy. That's what really is like gets me like motivated and gives me that like, I guess it's like a praise king in a way.
Not a brave scheme. Real. Honestly, yeah. The whole drag community.
I think we all do, honestly. Like, there's something in
Yeah.
all of us that's just like, with, I need applause to live.
Well, I mean, it really, and it is like almost, for lack of a better word, suffocating. I feel like at those gigs where it is like the audience just feels like they're just like staring at you and like
Hmm.
not, like I've been there and it's definitely,
Yeah,
it's
even if
not
it's a
it.
room of like 10 people, but they're all like happy, they're all enjoying it, they're throwing money, they're like recording, they're doing whatever, that's still like, it feeds us to like give you a
Yeah.
great number. But if you're just sitting there just doing this the entire time, it's like, why do I even bother? Like,
Yeah.
might as well just put on some Netflix and just go dick around for an hour. Like,
No, real. Yeah. So, I mean, that's a good thing too for any audiences listening. Put the phone
for
down unless
whoever's
you're
out there,
recording.
whoever out
Yeah.
there,
Very
pay
that.
attention, learn something.
Appreciate art. Um, so
This one's gonna have so many pauses in it.
yes,
Our brains are off. We're so sorry.
it's been a
Listen, half
long
the time I'm
time.
recording my YouTube videos, it's like 2 hours worth of like filming content, and I trim it down to like 20 minutes. I'm like, half of it's just like, what would I say next? Or I'm just like,
No, no,
you know, like I'll figure it out later.
That's
no.
fair. Okay, so drag mother, how do you pick who is going to be a part of your family? Like for somebody that's never experienced the drag world,
Hmm.
please explain.
So I think it's different for everyone. But I think a lot of it comes down to connection between the two people, and just kind of understanding each other. When I got adopted by my drag mother, Ariel Grimm, with two M's, because that's mm, mm, good. She's going to hate me for that. Um, I had known her for like maybe like 2 years ish or so. And I've always like come out to her shows. We always like kind of like hung out for a little bit. And then I was like, oh, the first time I met her, I was like, I want to do drag. How do I get into it? And she was like, you're only 18 right now. And just kind of work some things out. And then eventually, like, you'll get there. And then when I started doing drag and started like getting better at it, and then she was finally like, okay, you're going to be my daughter. She actually brought me on stage because she does a huge drag show during homecoming season at my university. She brought me onto the stage in front of everyone, and then she was like, will you be my daughter? And I was like, of course I will. I'm not going to say no in front of 1,000 people. um, but yeah, we had already had the connection and everything, and then she kind of taught me different stuff along the way. But in regards to like adopting Koee, I don't know if I really talked about this, but we kind of mentioned it when we were first kind of meeting each other. I just really appreciated her story of like not only like wanting to do makeup and things like that, but like the way she chose her name and how it was like a nickname that her mom had given her, which is where Dolly Boy comes from. It was a childhood nickname that my mom had given me. So immediately I was like, all right, we're already kind of similar. Um, and like I had seen her out in the clubs and stuff before, and I was like, this person is like too good. I'm like very nervous to say hi. And then we just started talking. I think we had mentioned like, oh, we both had the same like pink wig or something.
Mm.
Um, and then, but I saw that she was super amazingly talented, and we were both the makeup girl. So I was like, I'm gonna snatch her up before anyone else does, because that amount of talent, that amount of skill, I'm claiming that. So
No, I appreciate
I
it.
take credit for everything that you've done. Okay, don't let anyone tell you otherwise.
Yes, actually, I've just been amused. You've been doing everything in the background.
Exactly. You have nothing else but me. Okay.
Oh my god.
For anyone watching and don't understand, that's a joke. Okay.
Yes, it is.
People twist up these days and like, she said this or whatever. I'm like, no, that was a joke.
Yeah, it was actually. I don't even think I had performed yet, which.
No.
But I
You
appreciate
you were wanting to though. That's the thing.
I was wanting to, and I was planning to, and you knew that.
Yeah, and then I introduced you to the House of Hugh, and they had their open show.
True.
So.
And you didn't technically adopt me until like in the show after I.
Yeah, I like mentioned it because I was like, okay, my drag mother did this to me. I kind of want to pass down the tradition. So I was like, I was like letting you know that it was going to happen, and then on stage I was like, okay, we're making it official now. So
yeah. So
That's nice to give somebody a little heads up, though, because I feel like
yeah,
that's I always see that like with like the
God forbid she said no during like all eyes on her doing that. I was like, let me like kind of set this up beforehand, which is the same thing my drag mother did. She's like, I'm thinking about making you my drag daughter, like months before, and I said, ooh, like I'm not gonna say no, and then just never heard anything about it since. And then the one night it happened, she's like, make sure you come and drag, make sure you do all that. I was like, okay, I know it's happening, but
yeah. I think it really is just like finding the people that you see a little. I don't know. I feel like you see a little bit of yourself in. At least that's always been my take out on it. And yeah,
I think a lot of it is like trying to be like, oh, I'm part of like this drag family, or I have this last name, or like 19-year-olds having 7 million drag daughters, and it's like that's good and fine and all, but like if you have no connection to the person, or it's just the last name, like what does that really mean in a sense? Like
that's true.
At the end of the day, this is a created family that we've made together, like and you should be family at the end of the day.
So what actually like goes into being a family then? Like what do you do for each other? Is it like just
nothing.
Like more like a mentor thing, or
nothing.
like what? Nothing. Oh.
Nothing. Again, it's different for some people. Like if you were like had never performed or never done drag before, like some people would be like, okay, here's some stuff to start out with. I'm going to teach you everything. But I mean, Koee had already done makeup for however so long she'd already done stuff, as had I with my drag mother. So it was like about like little things being like, oh, like if you do this with your tights, it'll look better, or you should
Mhm.
add this to your costumes. Like I had a bunch of like jewelry and stuff that my grandma had given me. I was going to give it to my drag mother. It was like different small pieces. I was like, you can add this to whatever. And she's like, thank you, but I want you to keep this so that you can do whatever with it. Um, so it's about more so just like, I see it kind of as like that soccer mom mentality of like standing off to the side and just like cheering the person on and like giving little tips here and there instead of like being like, okay, I'm going to create you from the ground up, which for some
Mhm.
people that works for them, whatever. But like, I don't want to take credit for someone else's art. I don't want to like do it. I'll give my 2 cents and be like, this is what you can do. This is how I do things. Take it as you will. Um,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
but no, there's no like legal guardianship, signing papers, whatever. So,
No, yeah. And I mean, I appreciate that about you too, because I feel like obviously I know you care and you'd be there for anything that I need. But at the
absolutely,
same
yeah.
time, it's not like, yeah, you're not trying to be like, oh, we're building this image and this is like our brand and we need to stay
Yeah.
in this box, because I know that some drag families is very like that.
Yeah. Which is such like a, I get it if it's like a legacy name. Like there's a certain like uppityness you kind of have to uphold with it. But I was like, no, do your own thing. I know you have different visions than I do. Like,
Yeah.
if you want to do whatever, like, go, be free. I'm gonna shove you out the nest, okay? Like,
Wrong. Yeah. So yeah, it really is different for everyone.
mm-hmm.
Do you want to do the end questions, or do you want to?
Are we still doing the food thing?
I think they're fun.
Okay. Well, we have food questions that were
Okay.
started a while ago by our other co-hosts, but we're gonna keep them alive because
Okay.
Because they're fun.
they're fun.
They're fun.
Okay.
And maybe one day we'll
I'm
do
ready.
something with it.
Yeah. So what is what is your favorite way to eat a potato? And what is like your death row meal or last meal?
Okay. So, love a French fry. That's like
Okay.
always a easy way to go. Doesn't matter if it's simple, salt on it, or like zhuzhed up with some garlic parmesan. Truffle fries. I don't like mushrooms, but truffle fries, so good. Honestly, I love them. Um, but yeah, potatoes are good regardless. So I mean, like,
Agreed.
and death row meal. Okay, so probably because I just had this last night. But it's gonna be some sort of like a really good steak. I like tenderloin or fillet, whatever like that. Um, we'll throw in the garlic parm, truffle fries, whatever in there too.
Mhm.
Um, love broccoli, love pink. Um, we're gonna do it with mint Oreo milkshake, a Diet Coke, a water, and yeah, I'm good with that.
I live
That
so
sounds really good.
so Dolly Boy loves. Are you a steakhouse girly?
Love a steak, love meat.
Love me. Period.
Yeah, but I want someone else to pay for it. That's the only thing.
That's
I mean, that's
valid.
fair. That's
Yeah.
fair.
Mhm.
Okay, do you have any last things that you'd like to tell the universe, the world, the people listening?
Um, well, nothing that I can necessarily say, but something that I'll show instead. If anyone wants to purchase a copy, they are available on the internet.
And if
I don't know who wrote these books, but they are pretty interesting. They do have pictures in them, so if you can't read, you can just look at the pretty pictures. Um, but no, I mean, thank you for having me for your magazine. It's been so much fun. You can find me on all social media, DollyBoy XOXO. I'm always creating, promoting different stuff. So just give me a follow and see what I've been up to.
That's so
yes,
exciting.
yeah, I'm so glad that you got to sit down, and thank you for like I don't know, thank you for everything, for your support in the
Yeah.
drag world, and also just
Thank you for letting me
Carolina.
sit down, honestly.
Yes.
Don't look at the bottom part of this blazer. I've been wearing shorts this entire time.
And you know, that's so real. As a social media girly,
I was like, I only have to do my makeup and wear something from the top up. I don't have to put ties on anything. This is great.
yeah, no, for real.
Oh
But
my god.
this has been great. You
It has
look
been.
phenomenal.
You do.
I hope you take 1,000,003 photos in this look because
I have to, otherwise my boyfriend will be mad at me.
Fair.
period. Come on, manager.
Right.
I see manager.
100%. 100%.
Yeah, well, I guess.
Thank you for
Yeah.
sitting down. Thank you. I mean, I know we never really talked before this, so it's really nice to get to know you.
You as well.
I know. Thank you. I know that you've come to a couple of our events and been in them as well. So thank you so much for always being there for us.
Of course, absolutely. And I definitely plan on to be more in the future. Wink.
Yes,
So.
of course. You know.
But no, thank you so much. For those of you who are watching this, follow Queerlina, buy the magazines, read them. They're amazing. So, and I'm not just saying that because Koe's my daughter. So,
Well, I guess we'll let you go and enjoy your Friday.
right, full glam on a Friday afternoon. Who would have known?
Yeah, time to go to brunch.
Literally,
It's a little late for
like
brunch.
1 o'clock.
it's never late for brunch. It's never late for brunch.
Yeah, very that.
Get you a mimosa. So much for listening to the Queer Vision podcast. I hope you enjoyed listening to Dolly Boy and hearing about their experiences with drag. You should go follow them on everything. It's at DollyBoy XOXO. And go buy some books. Have an amazing day.
Bye.